Good morning, people. Hello. Good morning, my beautiful people. It is Thursday. Happy Thursday. So here we're opening up quite green from the 8:30 news, right? You can see on the daily, we were bullish yesterday. Unfortunately, yesterday, I typically expect better price action overall from CPI days. Made it out green, 135 points on that last trade, but this rest of the move up sort of happened. London made a little low here, and then rough when the news takes away my buy side targets here, right? I wanted this, it's like at least. And now this is the midpoint of the 4 hour. That being said, I am still overall bullish, but quite an interesting week we've had, right? Where I said Monday was a low. Oftentimes that happens when we have like such a huge green week. So I'm not really interested in fading things so much for the rest of the week. That being said, I'm cautious on the upside because of we've already extended quite a bit. So let me see. We have open in about 5 minutes. And yes, I did catch the end of ICT's live stream yesterday because people were saying he was talking about me again. Very cool. Very funny guy. Saying essentially like, the usual. He likes to watch live streamers and he says like, he can tell what I'm feeling by my face. I'm very animated and I talk with my eyes and my eyebrows and whatever. Pretty standard. Very funny though. Very funny. I posted a little edit on my Twitter / on my Instagram story because literally I did what he said yesterday. It was like, she has tells, she leans back in her chair or something. And what was funny is that he said that, we were both live streaming yesterday and he said that towards the end of his stream. Well, like at the end of the New York session, I already had done that at the beginning of the session. And I've even said, like, I jokingly said, like, she's tilted, she's leaning back in her chair, because that's sort of what the chat says. And that was funny. Funny guy. Later today, will be my first podcast premiere. Podcast. Isn't it borderline crazy? Someone says to be studying. I don't think they're studying movements. I think it's just natural as you watch someone for a while, because he's been a supporter of this live stream for quite a bit, to pick up on behaviors. Let me think. Is it up yet? Is the premiere up yet? Am I getting a text message from? Okay, my mom. Ooh, very nice. Yeah, so I'll put that in the chat. Premiere's in 3 hours, so at 1 p.m. today. What's up, Rap Connect? Keeps telling me every morning, happy birthday. It is not my birthday. I'm in Aries, baby. Is your personal training strategy on your YouTube channel for us to learn, or do you do private mentorships? I don't do private mentorships. It's all free on YouTube. I could do another video. I have one on my strategy already. I could do another one. I do believe, for me, the quote of the day is the medium is the message. I do believe, the way in which you communicate things is also part of the message itself, right? So if someone's just making a 5-minute long video, how to become profitable, that's what they think. They think they're letting the audience know, oh, I think you can learn this in 5 minutes or something. And versus if you're live streaming for 2 hours every day, it shows hey, it's a whole process. It's a long process, etc. Right? So that's sort of what ICT's been doing. What I do is I live stream, versus, people doing their mentorships, which private ones, which means it's exclusive, etc. And also takes a long time, which is I have nothing against that at all. I just don't have the desire, I guess, to do one. I don't have the desire. I don't know. I don't have a course. I don't have a mentorship. I just don't, not at the moment at least, but I just don't have the desire to do it. Still very much think of myself as developing. Okay. So, we have this huge gap. I don't know. Yes, it's taking that high. Pre-market high now. What am I looking at, right? Really, right? Let me think about the range on the daily right now. Yeah, the medium is the message, you guys. If, low effort versus high effort. Mediums, right? You're not going to learn how to trade from a 60-second short or something, right? Or whatever. Or you can gauge, high effort versus low effort. I use 3 of them. I use for prop firms. I use My Funded Futures. I use Top Step, and I use Apex. What are we gonna do here? I don't know. We're already up. Essentially, I'm bullish, but I don't want to be buying all the way up here. I'll have to think about this for a moment. We're gapping up hard. How much? Probably 100 points or 200. 140 to 360, 220. Yeah, because of the news. By Friday, can we get here? Yeah, probably. Could. How much more points is that here? Here to here, 336. This is sort of reminiscent to me of 2022 for a bit. Let me look back at the structure here. This okay. So what did I measure out just now? Be another 360 points. Do I think that's going to happen today? Probably not. So I don't think we're gonna, well, 600 points. How much did we move the day before CPI? 516? Yeah, probably not. We'll probably get there on Friday or something. If we don't have a major reversal, like on the hourly, right? So on the hourly, I wouldn't want to close below this. Then I might look for shorts, but you know. So let's see this gap up here. Measure it. Good morning, everybody. Yeah. Okay, so close to open. I'll have that. Can we hit the high of both ES and NQ, the pre-market highs? What's interesting is DXY is also going up higher. So how much are we up in NQ? 1.3, ES, 1%. You know, we're closing above this on the 4 hour, the midpoint of this. I don't see why we're not going to just continue higher. So, I don't know. See how this first 15-minute candle goes on the day. Pretty much prefer us to come back lower, maybe to 50% of this. But I don't know. At this moment, you know, gonna just wait and see what the market provides. Milano cookies. Someone asked, why are you not trading 930 strategy anymore? I saw your videos backtesting it. Why are you assuming like I traded it live yet? I don't know, it takes time. To add a model, and then I'd have like 3 models to do. That's why. No, trading 930 open is pretty stressful. So, in front of a live audience. I'm not ready for it. I think you need to be backtested. It needs to be backtested even more than whatever I showed. To do like a whole year at least of it. Amazon's up almost 3%. Tesla's up almost 5%. It's up 4%. Google's flat. I mean, Google was the weakest yesterday. Apple's up 0.5%. Nvidia is up 1%. So, you know, everything's gapping up pretty much. And I'm bullish, which makes it difficult because I want to see a Judas swing and sort of wanted more action like this yesterday. I mean, but we'll see how this closes above that pre-market high. I just don't know how I would target more upside from here. It's buying in a deep premium. Not really displacing there. I'll be back in a minute. Um, yeah, I'll be back in a minute. I'm back. I mean, it looks like nothing happened. Okay, made myself some coffee. Who here watches The Office, by the way? That's like probably my favorite show. And my friends made this for my birthday, like a couple years ago. If you know The Office, that's my face on that mug. That's the mug of the day. Yeah, whatever. We're chopping here. The high of the day. Let me think. My chart, someone's asking. Yeah, I have the 30-second, the 15-second that I paid, like, whatever the highest trading view thing is, like, premium. This is ugly hippo. Okay. Ugly duckling or whatever. It's hungry hippos. Okay, I don't know, bro. I don't trust this in ES. It's just between two P rays here. Bearish one, it's bullish. Tiny one on the lower time frames. It's not really not great setups here at the moment. Nothing I see. We'll see if it closes below this, but I mean, you know, NQ is not in any rush to get anywhere. There's no speed or displacement. Let me see here. NVIDIA is just up 0.7. You know, we're hanging near the highs still. Let me mark this out on ES as well. I'm not really looking for shorts. Not sure where it'll get bought up. I mean, like, what is that on ES? If you decide to short, if it inverts that, put your stop like at the top of that candle and you go for this low, it's like probably less than 1 hour. Yeah. It's not really something I want to be involved in. Especially NQ is very strong here. What we do, we closed above that high. I mean, YM also strong, RTY also strong in that regard. I think NQ is strongest right now. A go hippos, yeah. G trades. G trades, right? Is that it? Where'd it go? Oh yeah, G trades. Yeah, I remember. Like, I've been following mutuals with you probably for like 2 years on Twitter. Before I even did the face reveal. Very fun. Very fun seeing people that have been like around for a while and that you've known for a while, even in passing. No, because actually trading is such a low retention field, right? Because most people quit in the first 3 months. So if you're still around, means you have some tenacity, right? I do think that if you keep going, then you eventually figure it out because, you know, how else would you stick around for so much. You definitely are going to eventually find your edge and eventually like take care of the things you need to take care of in terms of performance wise. I think honestly most people, they take some like 2 to 3 years to become profitable, sometimes even more. Like sometimes I know someone took like 6 or 7 years. And yeah, it's like, how bad do you want it? How much do you want to stick around? Some of it is just luck about finding the right approach, finding the right mentor, right? Finding the right strategy that suits your personality, right? That allows your performance to shine, that you're able to do. So let's see here, even in like the most premium 5-minute FEG on ES, we were bought up, right? It shows very much unwillingness to go lower. Any move lower, I will have to just regard that as potentially like a Judas on the downside. But, as we see here, you're just grinding up higher on NQ. No Judas to the downside. Interesting how this week, except for yesterday, I don't think we had any swings to the downside each day. That being said, like if we have a reversal in the coming weeks, it's probably going to be a fast one because we have many bissies on the downside. Okay, right? This is Monday's low, right? Monday did not take much out from the week before. Didn't take out Friday low. I remember there was some kind of SMT here. But then Tuesday did not take out Monday's low. Wednesday, it did have a Judas swing into 15-minute FEG. It's definitely, not a CPI day. That's my favorite kind to trade. I do talk about that on the podcast. Like, what's my favorite scenario to trade where, I up my risk? As you can see, yesterday I was not upping my risk by any means. But anyway, only yesterday we had like a Judas down. Today we're just surging up higher. I mean, everything was balanced, so I guess so. Had nowhere else to go but up on the news, and that's it. I should have gambled some evals and just bought before the news. I mean, some people just do that because if it's a cheap eval, it's like, do you have time or do you have money? If you want to just get through the eval phase and whatever. I don't really do that, but I do go aggressive on evals. I'll try to pass in 2 trades or something. Okay, it's 9:52. That's the question of the day. It's like, if we're bullish, target's here, but where are we going today? 4 hours, this very strong close here in the 4 hour. I will keep in mind maybe the next 4 hour needs to manipulate a little bit below. I don't know. Let me see. Just into the body of a candle here. Maybe even back into the midpoint. I don't know. I'll keep that in mind though. Not to just buy the top. Yeah, I'm not comfortable doing that. Right, okay, first 15-minute candle of the day here on NQ is this. What did we do? We just went down how many points at the open before popping back up. I'm just looking at this little tiny wick here. Just want to measure that. Barely anything, right? Not even 20 points. We dipped 15 points probably in a 1 minute fair value gap or something. Yeah. These are one of the harder days to trade in terms of if you're looking for manipulation, you're not going to get it. So you might have to sit out or, I don't know. Let's see. 950 macro to 1010. I'm not really Like, this is the manipulation leg. This 1 minute candle. Okay. I don't really have anything to say here. Except, like, I'm not going to be shorting. You know, like I said from the beginning, I'm not shorting. That being said, can you find a long with decent risk reward where your stop is safe? I don't know. I don't know, because you could have... So the next hourly candle is going to start at 10. A little bit of a retracement would make sense. We have an hourly fair value gap now. Did this break any sort of like significant high on the left side? No, so like we could come back into here. Especially since this gap up is still like only 25% of the regular trading gap up. So, yeah. I'm just gonna wait. I'm not fazed by it moving up whatever amount of points, slow grind up of whatever this is. 100 points in 40 minutes or so. I mean, in 20 minutes, 25 minutes. That's fine. We see 100 points happen in like 15 minutes, so makes sense. That's fine. Gap and go. This is what all the breakout traders call the gap and go, when you just gap up and go, right? And that's just like extremely bullish on indices. Well, I could see that happening, yeah, but it's just like the risk of it potentially faking you out at like 10 a.m. It's not really worth it. Faking you out just to come back to a, you know, a decent point of interest, like an hourly fair value gap here. I would love that. I would love to see that. Us to come back into here. And then I would look for like a 5-minute shift back to the upside or something very convincing on the one. Because you don't know. If we come back to here, actually, no, that's fine. Where's the hourly here? Two minutes left. I mean, we're having such a strong close where you do wonder, are we actually going to do that? Maybe not. So I'm not going to make this totally necessary. Maybe we'll retrace just within this hourly candle and then go up higher. I'll see. Which means then, right, what's the low there? The hourly from 9. Right? It means like this will stay intact. Okay, so one of those days where we're just staircasing up. Let me think for a moment. What was I trying to think of? You know, I'm just formulating a plan. Oh yeah. I want to just see. Let's mark out just this hourly candle. Da 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 da. Someone was long. Harold's says, I was long at 19130. I wish I didn't get out before news. I don't know, like that's kind of outcome-based process thinking. Like what if we had at news dropped and taken this like low? Then you probably would have thought, oh no, I shouldn't have taken the news, right? So just like stick to your plan always and you're fine. Don't worry. Like there's always another trade. I also don't really. What kind of news was it again? Was it unemployment news probably today, right? Thursday at 8:30 is typically that. Or, yeah, unemployment claims, yep. And retail sales, okay. You know what's interesting? Okay, unemployment claims, less than expected. You know, from an economical standpoint, that's good for the economy. But you never really know how the news is going to react because then, hey, if we have good economy, good job numbers, right, then the Fed can say, oh yeah, like we can continue. We don't need to cut rates yet, right? We can just continue on to this, on our plan. And sometimes the market likes that, actually. Like you see some, if rate cuts are announced, the market, people typically think like, oh, that's good for the market because then lower interest rates and then businesses can borrow at better price points, right? And grow. But then you can look at the other side where it's like, oh no, our economy is doing bad, right? If we're cutting rates and unemployment claims are going up. The news today was that it's going down, which is nice. It's incredible, though, how hard it is to find a job. I mean, I had my friend who graduated from a master's in biomedicine, right? And I talk about this a little bit during the podcast later today. It's going to be interesting. How my friends, during 2020, there are very little jobs available for kind of my field. And my friends just went to do master's degrees, kind of just to, delay that. Meanwhile, I decided to teach myself trading, so a master's degree in its own regard in a totally different way, right? And which is funny because my friend Kit, he does talk about it in terms of getting a PhD in ICT, right? How many years are you in and things like that? Because it does take time. It takes time. Good things take time. But what was my point there? My friend graduated from a master's. Took her 3 months to find a job. She even hired someone like a recruiter for her, like paid her $400 to, send resumes to the companies that woman is in touch with. And in the end, that woman did not find her their job. It was because her friend knew someone that worked at that job, right? So it's really about who you know, like 100%. Yeah. Anyway, let me think for a moment. Yeah, I was putting the premiere Riz Words of Wisdom. I'm going to be on that later today. My first podcast. My first podcast premieres at 1 p.m. today. I'll be in the live chat. We'll be watching it. Kind of just like talk about my story, trading strategies, what it's like live streaming, things like that. It's a good chat. He's a good host, so that's cool. You guys, maybe I'm going to be in London actually next month with my friends just for like a short little trip in September. So funny, I asked my audience on Instagram, I was like, yo, like recommend some places. Because it's the beginning of the next hour, so I am looking for some manipulation here, right? To perhaps find an entry. It would suck if that's like the little manipulation here, just this little whatever. But anyway, I'm going to be in London later. I mean, in a month or so, yeah, like September 18th. Just like the 22nd, like a few days. And I think he has another podcast that's like another channel that's just like more like lighthearted and funny. I might do something like that with him. I don't know what it will be, but maybe. ICT. That's my dad. That's everyone's favorite internet dad. That's my internet dad. Who is this person she's talking about? Now your degree is in your pocket? That is phone, literally. I used to have it in the background. Still haven't really fully unpacked yet, you guys. So we're seeing some sort of downside here. I'll measure out like previous hourly candle sort of like the bodies and such, it feels difficult right now because, just the structure is difficult to work with. It does. It's like you're not sure if it's going to come into here. I would love it too, but it could be so strong because it ended up here that we're not going to come down here, right? The question is, again, how much would I aim for? I would probably do something according to this Judas swing to the downside and whatever. And also the thing is what is my point of interest now? I don't know, bro. My point of interest here, not much here to see, essentially. I'm looking through the different time frames for some kind of strong structure. I don't know, bro. I'll mark this out on the 2-minute to see what happens in this fair value gap and a relative discount on that hourly candle. And if we invert this, then that might be something. This is the last fair value gap before it sort of broke new high of day. Before that, I wouldn't really look for any shorts. I don't even know if I would look for a short, to be honest, at all, but we'll see. According to what that does. Okay, ES is still, by the way, getting bought up in this 5-minute FEG. What does a 5 look like on NQ? Okay, I like that better, actually. This lines up on the 5. This is a 5-minute FEG. I like that way better, actually. But also then the 2. So I'm going to look at the 5 a bit. I'm going to wait. We got to be careful, really, really careful. What time is it? 10:06? Okay. We have a clear SMT, someone said. I don't see it. Is it maybe on the 1-minute? No. Is it in Dow, probably? Yeah, in Dow. Yeah, true. But I'm not going to short or really look for shorts unless we close below this. And then it would just be a quick little scalpy scalp to hourly fair value gap, really. Little scalpy scalp, what we like to call here. But I'm more inclined to really think we're just going to get bought, we're going to get bought up. Let's see, ES, absolutely not doing much here. It's getting bought up again in this fair value gap. No speed down here, which is what you would want to see if you want sustained move to the downside. It looks more like a consolidation grind up than a whatever reverse, because reversals are typically sharp, right? We're kind of staying up here for a very long time. What am I doing here? Yeah, that I don't need this really. Okay, we'll see what this is like. So, the SMTs of YM at the high. I mean, YM is now in its hourly fair value gap, so not really much more for me to think about there. I don't think so. I haven't really looked at DXY in a long time, to be honest, for my trading, because I feel like we've been out of sync with it for so long where it doesn't matter to me anymore. I've not paid too much attention to it and just, sizing down because it's not really correlated much. The best trades are when you're in line with weekly order flow. and the XY is correlated. So what's up? What's up? Marco, thank you for the donation. Says, Tanya, have you any insights on ICT's last lectures? I have mine. It's just to compare with yours as well. I trade 2022. Thank you for all you do. You know, I haven't watched them in full or anything. I've just kind of watched it here or there, because I feel like if you have your model, like he said himself, you don't really want, you're done. You should stop watching his content. The one thing that I do find interesting, right? Well, I think the one real takeaway I got was him saying the inversion is the fair value gap right before the structure shift, right before it takes that high. So I was sort of looking at more of like, it's the fair value gap that takes the high. So that kind of clarifies things a little bit, where it's the one before. So if you had like one stacked here, it would be this one. And that does make sense, because that is actually better confirmation. So we'll see here right now is, you know, that's the thing, is that once this breaks below, it's going to be hitting this quite quickly here. You're not going to have much RR there on ES. And if it doesn't close below here, it's just an indication again of unwillingness to go lower / you know, now you're going to have an SMT here with NQ, right? Because this is a like 940 low. You're having this. So like I said, again, it's probably better to be longing here. Not here necessarily, but in general on the market. I'd probably want, if I'm going to look for some kind of trade today, I'm going to probably do longs at NQ. And that might be a clue here, this SMT. The delayed donation. The delayed donation ringtone, right? Because if I don't have the chat open, like I want to have the ringtone, and it is always a little delayed, but that's fine. But yeah, so I'm still sort of waiting here. I don't know. I would like a bullish type of PRA to form an NQ for me to get involved in it on that basis of what I just said. So, you know, we did retrace now into 50% of this previous hourly candle, and we are sort of dipping into it. I do wonder if it dipped into this 5-minute fair value gap. Let's see if that was like around 50%. I actually do want to check that out for a minute here. Let's see here. NQ, this is, you know, the dealing range essentially. Right, it's refusing to wick below. Actually, I like that. It's wicking at that 50% mark. I'll continue to watch this. Perhaps I find a scalp to the upside. You know, we do have a fair value gap and a discount here, but like, just like we had that SMT already. Some people like to just buy that straight up. I don't really do that. What am I going to look for? I don't know. I'll see. I'll have to see. You know what I'm going to do, you guys? I'm going to add that indicator watermark. Everyone's always asking, like, which one? What indicator is that watermark? But I want to change it to sort of remind myself. Not this one. Okay, we're starting to see precision. These are my values. Patience. And Grace. Yeah. I like that. Because I feel like those are the things I should value the most in trading. Okay, so yeah, the SMT, I do think that this is probably a little scalp to the upside could probably work out. Tanya's already stressed out. Not really. Relax, bro. Okay. 10:15 mental game reminder here. Oh my god, stop. I'm trying to get involved here, but it's not giving that to me yet. Okay. Let me see here again. MNQ. She's longing in an extreme I mean, I don't think so. So. Alright, I'm in some MNQ here. There's a tiny 30-second one, whatever. I'll picked it up to here. It's like a 1.7 R. The chat's going wild, probably. And I might just get stopped out right away, we'll see. Going half of my normal risk, but it's like funny if when that happens when... Yeah, maybe it comes down into here, but I don't really mind if I get stopped out. Because then I'll just get in again later for the same kind of RR. That's my stop, essentially. Kind of patience and precision. Like, why aren't you waiting for at least in here? I don't know, bro, because I'm like that. That's just who I am. That's just who I am sometimes, bro. Okay. If I get stopped out, then I'll just reassess based on how we react over here. If we just wick this again, then whatever. But I think it's worth it for me. I don't even have time to switch the screens here. But obviously people will know if I get stopped. I already said I'm in the trade. ES in the 1 minute made a nice 1 minute Fiji, so whatever, bro. He did this too. I think this is fine. Maybe the swing should go here and stop there. Debatable, but whatever. I don't think so. Could wick me out. We're in it to win it. Okay, let me switch the screen. So even where my entry is, it's pretty horrible entry. Whatever. Let me add just 2 contracts probably, because I can. This is MNQ, by the way. We're not going crazy on NQ today. See how it goes. It's like yeah, this is fine. The first 15-minute candle went manipulated lower. I think it's gonna be fine. If it's not fine, then whatever. You need a strong mindset. Where's my fill? 48. It's not the worst fill. No, it could be better, but whatever. Need to be better on my precision. For sure. Hey, look, it's like wicking this. Watch it wick me out and then go. You should put your stop down here. Maybe. I don't like to do that because it's like, it shouldn't really stall there anyway. This is the leg that started it. What does it look like on the 30-second? Yeah, I could, but no. I think it's fine. So we didn't like close below that. Here we are going to the upside. I mean, now I really want to see, you know, quick candles to the upside. This is the trade, like 1.4R. We'll see how this goes. Just gotta do hands off the mouse at this point, really, right? Because of, don't want to dilly-dally. I don't want to dilly-dally here. Micromanage. I don't want to get stressed out. I mean, it looks good. ES was going to go lower, right? Like, ES got bought up again. NQ's a stronger one. We had that little SMT, a little bit of a move up. Like I said, I didn't think it would come all the way down there. It came into 50% of that, so whatever. And mostly this, right? We were wicking this dealing range midpoint. But like I said, it could still stop me out, so don't get too excited. Ever. In trading. Could I move my stop up now? Yeah, probably if I want a low resistance run. 429. Yeah. I probably should, and I will. Because I want a low resistance run. I don't really want to be involved. This lack of closure is not my favorite thing in the world, so it could just totally stop me out here in the next 2 minutes if it wants to. But if it's a nice spool, we should hold this, which we are at the moment. And it's spooling. Spool, baby, spool. Now I want huge green candles to the upside, and then I'll like move my stop up. Okay, we'll see how this goes. Okay, here it's going. Huge candles up to the upside. You know, I'm gonna move my stop up, so I should just take off like 2 would be good, right? Yeah, take off 2 here. Now change the, before it hits me real quick for the rest, right? Now it stops at break even. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I shouldn't come all the way back down here now if I think it's spooling. It's a nice little spool. That's the word of the day. That's the word of the week today. Since I did put my stop at break even, maybe I should take another partial, but it's too late now. Let's see it spool more. Now we're just gonna mark out these other PDRAs. So what does that mean, spooling? It means it's a buy program, so it's gonna respect every bullish PDRA essentially. So it should respect this fair value gap. Yeah. Which is fine where my stop is now break-even-ish. You know, above break-even, really. Okay, it is respecting this now. We'll see how that goes. You know, if anything, I took a partial. And my stop's above break-even, so. Come on, bruh, spool for me. Let's see. It's not good that it's closing here. Oh, we'll see how this closes here. It's like decent. Now it shouldn't really come back below this, honestly. It did not stop me out. It came right before that stop. Interesting. It held. Tapped into the order block. Now we're spooling more. Cool. Okay, my stop is now, yeah, I mean, it's pretty much that low anyway, so. I need it to distribute now. Higher. Did ES make a new high today? No, but we'll like make an alert if it does. Let's see that spooling, NQ. It just means I want it to go higher, bro. That's all I mean. Higher highs, higher lows. Yeah, stop is now that low of this candle. Let's see them spool it. Just quick move to the upside here, to the new hive day. Let's see if it does it. If it doesn't, then whatever, bro. I'm keeping an eye on like any tiny SMTs here, and there's nothing, so. What's this low again, just to make sure? 50.25, yeah, okay. Sometimes I do get a tiny bit lucky on the stop outs. What the heck? That was wild. Okay, we really need it now or never. Let's help it out here. Arrows to the upside. Where's my magic paintbrush? I haven't pulled them out in a while. Magic paintbrush. Let's go. It's an arrow. Let's go. Okay, closing above this would be good. And it would be like a quick little up move. But it's not closing right now, 10 seconds. I'm gonna probably take another partial. Another 2 off probably in a minute, in a second. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, it didn't close, so I'm gonna take 2 more off the table here. This is sort of how ICT does his risk management in that sense. We made a little new local high. You should probably take some more off the table, especially since it's stalling a bit. You know, could potentially come back lower here. This is an intermediate term low for sure, so this is a good stop for me to have. So yeah, I definitely think it could do this, but people are going crazy as this freaking, the way I'm drawing this. 10.26. Yeah, I think it's fine. Now my drawing's in the way, but whatever. Spool, baby, spool. Rising up, straight to the top. Guys, if I draw more arrows, it will work. Got the guts, got the glory. Went the distance, now I'm not gonna stop. Let's go, let's go. Blow up on the freaking screen. What was the high here? 79.25. Okay. It stopped around 4 points. It's fine. Let's wait. I'm still waiting. Waiting on NQ to fill me. I keep on waiting on my limit to get filled. Let's go. It's like I got my coffee. It's freaking. There we go. Yeah, should I try to erase this? Maybe it's in the way. The arrows are in the way. I need to erase them to provide room for NQ to get to you. Okay, at this point, right, you should probably put your stop up to 50% of this, as it shouldn't come back. So this low here, 57.50. Because if it's so close to this, right, I don't want to hold for this whole retracement all the way down here. My stop will be now in the midpoint of this fair value gap, which is pretty much aligned with this low. And probably this like 5-minute low. What's this 5-minute low? 60. Yeah, it's fine. I really thought it would do it like quicker than this. Okay, last chance on Q, or else I'm probably gonna just like take it off. We have like 1 minute left. Here we go. Target smash. W's in the chat. W's in the chat. Maybe I got mad at the paintbrush. We have to make an edit of that. Oh, that's too funny. Okay, well, precision, patience, grace. Can definitely work on that. But money's money. So cool. How much we copped there? We copped about like 40-ish points. 35-ish. Yeah. Gratata. I really like how you hold your position. I took profit early. Thanks. Yeah, I would say, it depends on your personality. I'm one of those. I'm probably the only live streamer takes live trades on YouTube that will hold for 100 plus points, right? I've done that maybe 3 times in the last 2 weeks. Yesterday I did it for my runners for 135 points. It's just a matter of doing that type of price reading where I was showing and, trailing stops, taking partials, feeling comfortable. And that's basically it. It's a process. And you don't have to do it the way I do it. You can take your money and run. Because sometimes, I might get stopped out, and some people might not like that on the trailer. But I found that's the best way, to maximize your my prop P&L curve. Let me think here, you guys. Did we take it on ES yet? Yes, we did. Pretty much at the same time. So let's review again, right? What happened? Well, I said I was bullish. I'm not looking for shorts, and that I was watching 5-minute fair value gaps. Essentially also looking at this hourly, right? We closed so strong here and so strong in the next candle, where it's kind of unlikely for us to retrace this deeply then when you have this kind of price. So I marked out the previous body candle, and we literally did retrace to 50% of that. 33.89.25, close to it. Like we held the upper half, shows bullishness, but mostly also this with ES not even showing, being the weaker sister, but also not showing an inversion here to even go lower either. And at that same time, we had that SMT, and I simply said I'm looking for a bullish PD rate. I literally said I'm looking for a bullish fair value gap to form. We did form it. 2 little ones. I literally entered on this one. This is on the 32nd, but you can enter on this one. You could enter, just wait on the 1 minute, probably best, but was it fun for me to hold through maybe like 3 minutes of drawdown? No, not really. But if I had my stop and swing low and saw that we were wicking this and it was fine, and then just monitor the upside move. Now what, right? Now what? Now we just have to wait. So someone say that ICT was short? I don't think so. Gala, not ICT got wrecked on his short and he stopped his live. Is that true? I don't think so. ICT didn't enter any short. Okay, cool. Hey, watch him come in here. WWWW. Yeah, no, he wasn't. Stop spreading misinformation. Bro, you're gonna get timeout. What's his name? Gala. Actually, I noticed that you're a freaking hater. If I notice you, and I barely, read the chat, I'm not banning you, but you're in timeout for 24 hours. And if you, are a repeat offender, you'll just get banned. So lit, you guys. That was lit. That was pretty lit. Pretty good. I'm really happy with how I just managed to trade in general. Like knowing, okay, I want to be in this trade for a short amount of time. If I'm, if I'm thinking we should start distributing already, right? So how long was I actually in this trade for? Probably like from here to here. So 13 minutes, and once we started, even on this candle, I moved my stop up to here because we had displaced over a little tiny swing high, and we're starting to find bullish order flow. And I said here we should get bought up here, and we did. I took a little partial, moved stops up, partial again as we were getting close, and then that's it. Good risk management. Today is definitely like good trading. Okay. He was talking about what he would be looking for to qualify as short. Okay, into lower gaps, yeah. And for me, right, what was I saying? I was saying ES would have to close below this. And even so, it could just close and just go for that hourly fair value gap and get bought up very quickly. You don't know where it's going to go. It could just go here and get bought up. So it's a difficult short to be involved in. Unless if it really displaced below this and this, then you could maybe look for more shorts, but it's not showing you any willingness to go lower. We are so strong in that hourly. So there was no reason for me to personally look for shorts. I said I was only looking for longs. And I just took the move to new high of day. I'm not looking for too much today. I wouldn't be surprised if we sort of have a little choppiness here now. I don't know. Look at the 5 here. It's like the same kind of grind. It's reminiscent to me of maybe Tuesday or Monday. Maybe Monday. Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday was kind of like this. I don't think I found a trade on Tuesday, did I? No. Yeah, I think I was looking for shorts on Tuesday, actually. I don't remember, actually. Maybe I did. Did I take a trade on Tuesday? I don't think so. Yeah, no, I didn't. Yeah, I was really close to shorting this. And then we wicked and I was like stalling on the 1 minute. And that's pretty much what happened at the same time, I think. Look at Tuesday. I think this was a major thing that I was looking at also. Is like the 50% type of thing. Since the open. Yeah, that was a major thing. Again, we was wicking that dealing range from the 9:30 open. Yeah. And I was hesitant to short in here. I remember this day, right? I was hesitant to short in here. And as you can see, after this candle, that becomes a really low probability. You can get out prematurely if you want to. And then at this point, lots of people that are inversion traders are probably going long. Or you could just wait. If you don't like the RR, you could just wait for a tap back into a bullish fair value gap. Because really the best inversions are created by strong moves up, displacements up. So you really want to see a bullish fair value gap as well aligned with it, right? And that's called the balanced price range. That's called a BPR. And that's why you probably shouldn't see then... you really shouldn't see, actually, like a close back below that. 50% of that, just the BPR itself. And, so then people, they're not going to put the stop at the swing low. They'd rather put it, I'd probably put it here or like here. And some inversion traders, their stop out criteria is that if it closes back below that little inversion, then they'll just manually stop themselves out. The issue is, this, for example, if this wick, this probably wouldn't have stopped you out because it inverted here. But if it happened later, it could potentially do that. Right? So you actually need like a bit of a wider stop if you're looking at closes of candles, because you don't know exactly how wild NQ can be with its wicks, which it can be, right? So, okay, let's see here. What are we doing now? It's 10:38. And for me, right, this is not an inversion trade, right? Because there are two SIBIs. I'm sure people that were overexcited about shorting. We're shorting this. And that's not what I was looking at all, right? I was looking at higher time frame context. We'll tell you the clue, right? So I was just waiting for a bullish PDRA, bullish fair value gap, and it was pretty simple, I think. On the lower time frame, like 30-second, because why? Why do I look at the 30-second here? I do believe if you're looking at a 5-minute PDRA, it's probably going to happen on the 30-second where you see the structure shift. It could happen on the 1, but I'm going to go in the lower one just to be sure I get my entry. So this is what I like to pair things. I like to pair a 15-minute point of interest. But that was fun, you guys. 15 drawing on the chart, that was fun. That was for entertainment purposes, you guys. It was, my stop was over break even and I had my limits and there's nothing else to do. So we create some entertainment. Okay, 15-minute point of interest. Look for 1 minute entry. 5 minute. I'm going to go look for a 30-second entry. And it could present on the one, sure, but, that's the sort of thing you kind of have to pay. If you want to be a 30-second trader, you have to pay for premium, pretty much. I mean, I know a guy that visualizes it based on looking at how the 1 minute candle forms. That takes some talent, I think, because you're like kind of thinking about where it is in time. I think that's a waste of my brain power. Okay, so 1 hour POI. I think 5 minute or 1 minute would be okay. I do think my favorite things for 1 hour is when you have a 5 minute break of structure. Right, let's do something better than this. So let's say you're in this hourly point of interest, it comes here. Now you have, a 5 minute break of structure / a breaker. Those are my favorite. And when you have that aligned with a 1 minute fair value gap, it doesn't have to have a fair value gap on the 5 at this point because it takes time for this candle to close. And you could think about it, if it's in a low resistance liquidity run, you actually not going to get that. You're just going to continue to get 5 minutes to the upside. And that's kind of a prime example of what happened yesterday. If we're going to review that for a minute. Right here. This thing is, there's so many gaps here. Yeah, you can call that a 4 hour. You could probably call that an hourly, whatever. You can even call that a 15-minute point of interest. But like I was saying, on the 5, we broke this, swing high on the 5, create a breaker. You can go back to my stream yesterday too. I literally say I mistakenly, shorted here. And once we had this close, I was like, okay, I should never trace that much. I'm cutting my short earlier. And I said, okay, I'm not flipping right away because I don't want to. I would rather wait for this confirmation of this high to get taken. And we did displace above it right here and created a fair value gap, right? And I entered here exactly, took it to the highs. This is one of my favorite things that happen. And it happens quite a bit in the afternoon session, only if, you're hitting a high, kind of the same thing with this. If you're hitting a point of interest, there's so many BISTs on the downside, so many bullish fair value gaps, and, the morning is just down, 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 down. And, you got to quit at some point at the morning sessions if you're continuing to try, the bull side and you get stopped out a couple times, wait then for the afternoon maybe, and wait for a 5 minute shift. That's going to be higher probability than just waiting for a 1 minute, right? Okay, so let's see where we are at here, 10:43. Oh wow, there's more people here right now. That's a surprise. Who sent me here? Maybe ICT. Is today my podcast? Yes. Isn't that the 2022 setup? Yeah, it is, essentially. But also regarding kind of, he doesn't really talk about breakers in 2022, does he? So I use a blend of things, meaning I'm not always entering a fair value gap in discount. Essentially, a lot of people were asking also, why did you think, put my stop here. Where is it yesterday? Put my stop here. And they said, why do you think, why wouldn't you put it here or something, down here or here? Well, especially if you have 2 highs stacked like this and you open up with a displacement, this is a breaker. There's so many PD arrays here that I think this is a breakaway. We already did mitigate to 50% of this, and 3 PD arrays fail, your ass is next. Like, essentially, you want to be part of the low resistance liquidity run. You know, where did 3 PD arrays fail if you enter here? It would be kind of like even low. Like, I could probably have put it here. This fair value gap 1. Breaker blocks here 2. Fair value gap here 3. Right? Order block here. 1, 2, 3. Right? Probably on the 2-minute. And yeah, you could probably say what you want, but that's, if you go backtest that, here's another, if you want another example, February 14th of this year in the afternoon session, I do believe that was a really good one. I remember certain days pretty well. Valentine's Day. What month is it? Oh my god, time flies. It's August. Oh my gosh. My friend actually came over on Monday. The one that I said that took her like 3 months to find a job. Yeah, now she got a good job. Good for her. I don't even know where I was going. Oh yeah. She was kind of just saying, oh, I don't feel so close to you, whatever, because of, anymore, because I get it, you're building your business and everything. And like, okay, yeah. But like, when did you even ask me ever, like, how I'm doing, how it's going? Because it hasn't been smooth sailing if you're a live streamer. If you've been in this live stream, like, I've had ups and downs. You know, I don't know. And I'm just thinking, because like that was, and she brought up something like from February. I'm like, bro, that was 6 months ago. And also I was in the thick of it, right? I was just starting out. I don't know. Like, and she didn't reach out at all. I was actually reaching out and saying, how are you? And leaving voicemails and stuff. And then she, you know, she was like, I was depressed. Like, okay, I tried to reach out to you, bro. I've been there too. Tough situations when, you know, I'm just saying, like, when you start trading and you kind of do isolate yourself from your friends, if you're in the, whatever you want to call, the grind, that's going to happen. There's going to be misunderstandings. You're not going to be out. You're going to miss, you know, you're not going to be partying. Or you shouldn't be, really. Like, I don't know what you're doing if you're trying to be, like, you got to forge some discipline, right? So pretty much a grind up, we were part of that, which is really nice. It's pretty much from the bottom there. And I did say this 1 minute fair value gap on ES was holding up very well there as well. And that was good. So we could have entered it on ES too. But of course I want an NQ because it was a stronger sister. Okay, here. It's a tough life. It's a tough life. Okay. And this was a 2R as well, okay? But, you know, me and my horrible entries, guys, I'm trying to definitely... Well, also, I'm taking it on a live account, so it's always going to be a worse entry. Always. It's not sim, it's live accounts. Live accounts are going to get, like, freaking a fill that's maybe, like, 3 to 5 points worse. And you got to just deal with it. Especially, I'm not really, am I doing market? I don't think I'm ever clicking buy market, because then I'm going to, like, pretty much a horrible fill, right? I'm pretty much hitting, like, buy bid or buy ask. We're just continuing to spool. It's a spool nation this morning, right? So I hope you're not getting hurt on the downside. I said we're not shorting today. Okay? So like I said, what is the target? I don't know, bro. I just took the scalp to the new high of day. I do think, you know, this is pretty much a really good indicator that we're still going higher. This hourly, you know, wicking into 50%, now closing really strong again. Right, there's 10 minutes left. Well, we'll see in the next 10 minutes, I guess. What are we gonna do here? Let me see. Captain back to us says, I think today's going to be a trend day. We did this. You actually want to wait for some kind of retracement on that model. And if it doesn't present before 11:15, then you just don't take it. So essentially you're just like waiting for a down close candle, actually. So, let's see in the 15. Am I looking for another trade? I already had a win. I'm still reading price, okay? I'm still reading price. We're up pretty good today. Okay, so. Let's see here. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, I mean, we're spooling. That's the word of the day, everybody. Spool. The word of the week is spool. It's my favorite word this week. I love it. What are we talking about? The podcast later today. Yeah. Let me like freaking find that. It's gonna be on the Words of Wisdom. I'll be there during the premiere. You know. So stop by at 1 p.m. the premiere. I'll put the link in the I'll put the link also in the comment section after this video's over. It's gonna be an interesting one. He said, I'm trying to okay. Oh, that's me. Spooling for what purpose, though? By program. Tanya, that is typical reaction from people that think you will be way more successful in life than they will ever be disciplined enough to be. All right, thanks. I know, but it's like a sad thing. If someone wasn't really around too much for your when you were struggling and then kind of like you made it and now they're kind of like whatever distant, like what? Oh well, c'est la vie. It's probably gonna be tough. Okay, let's see if any more SMTs happen during 1050 macro. Like I said, some people just buy the SMT when they see this. I do know my friend that does that. I'm not my turtle supers, whatever, of the world. I don't care. I don't have anything against that. I'm just saying I don't like to do that. I like to wait for the shift, for the displacement. It's just gonna, give you a better time holding it and less stop outs, because sometimes it will not work and it will go lower for another SMT, right? So let's see here. 1050 macro started here. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? We'll see if this is the inversion that yeah, let me think right here. Is there an inversion before we took high of day? Because this one's kind of like whatever, we can blah blah blah. I mean, not inversion, a fair value gap. That could become one. Not really. Like all the way down here. Right, I'm not putting a lot of weight in this one. I don't know where it could, get bought up. What you would aim for. And like I said, I'm overall bullish on the day. I don't see any SMTs at the highs here. No. So, and it's holding even this one that's above. Like it's really showing unwillingness. Very strong here. Okay, this one's kind of more easier to look at, I think. Let me see. Oh no, this is the one. It's the one that closed above that, though. I'd probably look at that. Yeah, perhaps. This one's kind of more aligned. I would look more at this ES one. Probably. It's so tiny, though. Is it even? I don't think it is. I think it's just a volume imbalance. It's not even a volume imbalance now. Never mind. I don't like it. Never mind. Never mind. No. It's just because it's been spooling on the lower time frames. On the higher time frames, you're just seeing those wicks, meaning balance both sides. Really the FEG here is this. That's where the inversion would be, kind of like in the middle of the range. So, same thing here. I'm probably going to look at this one. See how it reacts here. I'm not putting too much emphasis on this one. It's a joke. Okay, the way I pronounced that was a joke. Emphasis. It's just like you put the emphasis on the wrong syllable. It's funny. Yeah, so I wonder, is it going to quickly now come down into this area and, trap people again? We'll see how it reacts to this 5-minute one. Inverted this, but this is what I'm thinking about, right? I don't think this one matters so much for thinking so much bearishness, because maybe just like on a smaller time frame, you could probably go for some trend line liquidity, which seems like it could be this. So I'm not looking for shorts in that regard. Let me now again, it's 10:05. Now I'm thinking about, is the new dealing range this, right? Because this is the new hourly. We did balance from here. So probably. Yeah, probably, yeah. So I'm going to mark that out as the new dealing range. What is this low? 405.5. Okay. So, what's this low? Right here? Yeah, so let's mark that out. I'll just put it to the side. Okay, so that actually pretty cool, pretty interesting here, how that lines up with this one. So essentially, I would want to see it wick this. I don't want to see it close below. If it does close below, likely might be shorts to data lows even, which would be all the way down here. But I've noticed, right, when we have these data like this, the candles that are like this, I've actually noticed a lot of times we just continue up. There's no abnormal wicks versus yesterday. If you see the abnormal wicks from CPI, typically we'll go for the high and the low, or one of them. And I credit Ryan with finding this out, the data lows and data highs as liquidity pools. Dodgy's Dungeon, or Dodgy's DD, I think, on YouTube. He's like the leader of the inversion fair value gap cult. He would laugh if I said that, don't worry. We're friends. He's probably, I think his little Discord also listens to me at the same time. So he's got spies in here. And it's a good thing. It's a good thing. I welcome you guys if you're not haters. Sometimes you're my haters. Because sometimes y'all be reversing me, but it's all good. I talk about you in the podcast, actually. Friends, ? Friend zoned. Everyone goes crazy. You guys, I don't have a boyfriend. So, I can have friends, I think, right? I can have male friends as a woman in this industry. I could go to dinner with some traders that are... Actually, I did the other week with like 6 other traders, and they're all men. I'm the only woman at the table, and that's how it is in this industry. So, if someone's in New York City, they know I live in New York City, and they say, hey, let's meet up. We're mutuals. I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? Especially, I love soccer. He was like, do you want to, I have my friend can't make it to the game or whatever. Do you want to come with me and some other guy from my Discord? I'm like, yeah, I want to see it. I've never seen Messi live. Though I'm not like a huge Messi fan at all. I wasn't wearing a jersey, but I'm not a hater. I'm just not like a huge fan, but I wanted to see Copa America live. Why not? I've never been to a soccer match live. That was like a big one. I've been to like New York Red Bulls. And plus, yeah, so it was fun. Super humid that day. Oh my gosh. And then we posted a picture that like broke Twitter. Everyone was crazy. Everyone was putting every euphemism you could think in relating to trading and ICT terminology. Which is great. Like, whatever. I can predict that happening. And I applaud your creativity, right? It's all about expectations, I would say. If you're a woman in this field, maybe you want to be more active in the community, I would just say manage your expectations accordingly. And I think in trading and in life, if you sort of expect something to happen, you'll be less surprised and more mentally prepared for it, right? If you expect volatility in the marketplace, then you see these huge up moves, then you're not going to be as phased as for them. If you expect, some vulgar comments, they're not going to bother you. They might even entertain you. So, and ICT has mentioned my live chat's vulgar. And he said that we should moderate it better. So who are the moderators in this chat? Are you guys allowed to ban, or I don't even know. I'll have to see. I'll upgrade Cozy and Alex. But like, to me, I was saying, I don't necessarily bother. It doesn't necessarily bother me, but if it bothers, my mentor, or like if he thinks it's not appropriate, then perhaps we'll have to be either putting people in timeout more first, or just banning people that are just, if you're vulgar, that's kind of the line, I think, probably. I don't know. But yeah, managing expectations, and see how strong we are? That is so funny. Like, we didn't even retrace at all in ES. We're just like freaking near new high day. That's why I said I'm not shorting this. I would, for another long, I would love it to come here and wick it, but it's not. If it's not going to happen, whatever. What's interesting here is, right, and I said this, I don't know where it could go. It could just go for trendline liquidity. Now you're probably getting another inversion here. Would I try that? I don't know. Probably not. Probably not. Probably not. Depending, actually, on whether it like closes above this, maybe. If it closes back above this, maybe. Or maybe I'd wait for... Yeah, did it close? Yeah, it did. It's 11:02. I think I'll maybe just tape read this, because it could come back down here if this is my point of interest. I don't really want to, especially if it's not really a swing high here. You could just go for the inversion play, but then, your target's not new high of day. If you think so, then you can take it. Yeah, 3-minute inversion. Not the worst idea. Took some trendline liquidity. It's probably, one of the types of trade entries you're going to get today. Although I didn't take mine on inversion, right? Because we had all this. I took mine here. Just a 2022 model, essentially. I don't know. I think probably, yeah, this closing above this is probably going to be back to the upside again. But I'm not going to enter because it's after 11. I had a win. Let's see, from 11:10. Is it going to get all the way back up here by 11:10? We'll put a little poll in the chat. Let's do that. Poll in the chat. Will we... what happened? I think we got a lot more viewers once ICT stopped his live stream. Because I do know, and that's totally fine. If you want to listen to him, you can listen to us both at the same time. I don't think... if you want to. Some people do, which is kind of funny. Will we reach new high of day by 11:10 a.m.? Yes. No. Start poll. No retracement wild. TBM stopped his stream too. Are people trying to short today? Or what? Not on this channel. I don't know how do you do I don't know. I honestly personally never know how another person's doing. That would just require too much effort. this is the issue with this 3 minute. You could probably go take it, but it could be sloppy. Let's see this. Why does it do that? That's ugly AF. It's just going to be, oh, it's like not a huge stop. What? Surprisingly. I thought it was going to be like a 50-point stop. You can probably refine it, but to where if it closes, wait, the 5 minutes not even closed yet, but the 3 minute is. You could probably enter in here. We'll see. So let's mark that out now instead. On the 3 or the 2. Yeah, on the 2, it's fairly decent. I mean, it might just continue here, but let's see here. So the 3 did an inversion here. Create a BPR on the 3 and the 2. So I do wonder. Spitballing. 1.5 R there. This, I'm strictly tape reading this one. I'm not taking this, you guys. I'm not taking this. Making it quite clear here. It's after 11. It's pretty hard to just, Let me see. Yes, at new high day. Yeah. Yes, already at new high of day. I'm strictly just tape reading this, okay? So I don't feel the need to enter. See the 30-second. Yeah. So probably would. Yeah, on the 2 minute we did retrace into that fair value gap. However, yeah, I'm not taking it. So let's just continue to watch this. How would this end up by 11:10? What's the people are 50-50 on yes or no? Interesting. Yeah, that's sort of why I'm also filtering. It's like, yes, it's already a new high of day. Where are we at? NVIDIA's at plus 3%. So very nice. Sentiment wise, where this morning we were like, everything's yapping up. Yeah. Tesla's up 7%. Sheesh. Yesterday I did say we were just coming back into this 4 hour. What are we at for Tesla? Sheesh. I mean, Tesla could go for here. I wouldn't be surprised. Tesla is Tesla, right? Especially with a strong close today. And I do think today's probably a classic buy day. So, maybe I could take this on an eval, but it's a tough life for me. Just gonna tape read it. I'll be content with just tape reading it and sort of remembering, okay, after 11, you don't have to rush entries, especially like we're probably gonna retrace. It's a slower type of market. So, in the sense of I would probably wait for a retrace instead of just taking the top of this candle. So let's see this. So let's monitor. Like, how is it reacting to this 1 minute? It's monitoring. It's doing pretty decently. Let's see how it closes. It's like a 1 minute. The 1 minute and the 2. The 2, pretty nice. Pretty nice there. Pretty nice. And then that makes me think, should I take this on an eval? I don't think so. I don't want to. I'm just gonna watch this here. Just gonna watch. 15. Yeah, it makes it hard because ES already took high of day. But essentially I'm still tape reading and thinking about what happened. 3 minute inversion. This is now a 3 minute FEG as well, so it's not really something where you want to panic, right? You don't want to panic, at least yet, if you're in this trade, right? Look at that close. Nice, pretty nice close, honestly. It is respecting, pretty well here. So, unless this one closes, then I would probably, if I were in the trade, if it closed below, I'd probably cut it, but it would probably be a quick stop out anyway. But you see, these wicks are telling this story. you know, just telling you, you know, I'm very tempted to take it long, but I'm not going to. I'm staying disciplined. You know, this is one of those things where I'd probably try to pass an eval with this. I'm trying to stay disciplined, but we'll tape read this. Maybe other people are going long. Good luck. You know, I wouldn't, like I said, I wouldn't go short in this market. It's going to be fun to see if this works out or not. So it's 11:09. So 50-50 chance. 50-50 polls said yes or no. They said it's no by 11:10. And that's where probably I'd cut the trade then, actually. If I were in the trade from here, I'd probably just cut it. And the fact that maybe it's the end of the macro. But I'm just thinking, how much have we moved so far today? Maybe not, because if I'm embracing volatility, and we moved so much already, I probably would cut it. I probably would. Yeah, so I'm glad I'm not in it, but we'll continue watching. Because we already moved 405 points. Yeah, so I'll continue to just monitor this. And how long does it take? Since the entry is after 11, I mean, it's during the macro still. It's a really strong bullish day. I can see, you know, the reasoning why I just stay in the trade as well, but I already had the winner from like down here to here. Just monitoring here what this would look like. It looks really good, honestly. It does. Look at the, like, all those wicks. Like, we really are showing, you know, bullish order flow again, right? And all these people, I would guess that if we hit this high, it's just me spitballing. If we hit this high, it's probably going to go quick to the upside. Let's see. So all these people are trying to short again. Yeah, they're getting filled. It's probably going to be quick to the upside. Let's see how this candle closes. Should close cleanly above. And then we can monitor. Then if I was in the trade, I would move my stop up to here for sure at this point. Because you want a low resistance run back up to the high. You don't want to stay in the trade if it retraces anyway. So, this is me simply tape reading. You know, if you... Maybe some people are finding value in this. Maybe they're taking, maybe it's aligning with their thought process as well, or maybe keeping them safe from shorts. Then that's great. Okay, so 1 minute. Close pretty much nicely above. So then, you know, let's monitor. Is this going to spool? If it spools, it should definitely respect this. I think it can come here. So potential second trade idea is this. Decent, 1.5R. But, you know, you never know if it's just gonna rebalance. You might not get the fill. We'll see how this goes, but it needs to, it pretty much should respect. And, you know, it could wick or whatever, but I would want pretty much quick wick, quick move back up to the upside, and that's it, you know, type of thing. Let's watch. Okay, it's not even retracing, which is a good sign, you know. So if we're hitting this, we go there. Now you have another fair value gap here, actually, so we'll see what happens here. It should quickly go up here, essentially. Let's see if it does it by the next 4 minutes, 5 minutes. So this 15-minute candle is 1 minute left, actually. Interesting. It's now an inside candle. Yeah. Interesting there. 1 minute left, so maybe it'll just surge from here, actually. Maybe the next 1 minute candle will be good. Kind of interested. So where do 3P areas fail now? Series of down close candles before the move up is an order block, so it'd probably, yeah, could probably even. I'm just thinking about if I were in this trade, I'd probably be trailing my stop at this point, right? I'd probably, yeah, be like this. or something. Yeah. This is a swing low on the 30-second. Spooling, definitely spooling here. See if it does, like I said, in the next 1 minute, it's the next end of the 15-minute candle. So I really would love, I mean, that would be really cool. Let's see. 20 seconds left. I said if after it hits this and closes above, it should quickly get here, and pretty much it's working out nicely there. And at this point, I would definitely put my stop at break even, so close to your target, right? Yeah, okay, cool. I was very tempted to take it, but it didn't, and I'm happy enough to just see it play out accordingly. Builds confidence in your own tape reading ability. And anyone here take that? Quickly, eventually, someone says. Quickly, eventually. Okay, so this is the end of the 1 minute. I probably would take a partial. Stops definitely break even. At that point. Did ES hit new high of day? Yeah. So at that point, you know, you're up like whatever. Like, yeah, there you go. Next candle hit it. Bam, bam, bam. So that's a nice W there too. Cool. Still in. If someone's in. Nice. Looking for 536. Good luck. Yeah, you could probably find. Where did I get long here? You probably, did you take this standard deviation? Perhaps. Okay, today was a pretty clean read, I would say. Really good day, I would say, right? Now you didn't, I don't know what you're looking at then. Pretty clean read. I do think we're probably going to get, like I said, to this buy side probably tomorrow or something. By Friday. End of Friday. What's the, what else we got today? Tomorrow we just have, like, okay, 10 a.m. news, moderate impact, but a lot of times it is, like, highly volatile, that 10 a.m. preliminary consumer sentiment. So that's going to be fine. Okay. Yo, who took longs? Who took longs with me? Let's see. Like, who is... Let's see. Nice. Still in. Let me put... You guys are going to be my Instagram story. Chat is eating today. We called out 2 long setups on stream. We're killing it. And it's an amazing day for price action, honestly. What made you go long in a premium market? I think you should, like, definitely... I talked about this many times today, I think. Just knowing balanced price ranges is really important. And equilibriums. Okay, so let's talk about that again. I really was measuring this, you guys. Like, I had this open, the 930 low to this high. Look how we were wicking that 50%. And ES, we had an SMT. We had such a strong close on the previous hour where I said maybe this hourly will manipulate just inside this hourly candle and not go down here because this is such a strong close and we have more upside. So that's essentially it. I literally looked at that SMT here and I just said, cool, I'm not going long yet. I'm looking for a bullish fair value gap, and it provided one, right? That's it. Should we still hold? Someone says. It's up to your plan. I mean, I said my take profit would be at new hive day because I'm kind of on the conservative side of things today in the fact of we expanded towards a draw of liquidity during 8:30 news. So we're not having much range since then. How much did we move so far today during the NY session, right? I'm going to have this, by the way, marked out still. Okay. For later, maybe I'll put an alert. Okay, we moved only 181 points during the NY session. which is lower than usual, right? Why? Because we moved so much during this. I'm just saying New York equity session, to be clear, right? From 9:30. And I don't really trade before that. Lots of people always ask me. Some people do trade pre-market, but I don't. Let me see how this turned out. It's fine.
Amazing day for price action. Chat is feeding today. We called out too long setup.
Cute. Yeah, I mean, how much, like, we already were up 240 points or so at the open. So we moved another 180, straight at the open again. Right? Monitoring how this happened. Okay, it's gonna be interesting. What? I think they're, do you guys hear that or no? Isn't that annoying? No, you guys don't, which is good. I think they're installing Verizon Fios in my building, and they're just kind of like buzzing. So, let me think for a moment. No, I wouldn't just short anything, by the way. This being said, I'm not taking any more trades, by the way, but now this is the fair value gap before that break of that high. Could something happen today where could we, break close below this and then just take this liquidity? Yeah, probably. Will that be start of a larger move to the downside? It depends on, for me, really depends on this, whether the first leg of the downside, does that take out more than 50% and close below more than 50% of the range? And where would I calculate that range from? Probably from the 9:30 open again, right? Right, let me just think of this for a moment. Where's the 9:30 open here on this higher time frame? Let me mark that out. This is how I just visualize things in different time frames, right? Sometimes you'll see me do this. The 9:30 open is actually this. Right? Yeah, we had that 15-minute dip to the downside. Okay. So. Can't remember what I was saying. Okay, yeah, this is it. I'm just looking at the higher time frame in the sense of visualizing a potential market maker. Yeah, sell model 2 back to the hourly fair value gap. I could see that potentially happening. But for me to really kind of look for that, all of that to this downside, which could maybe can happen because, we've had barely any downside move, right? It's like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday straight up. Where are we on this weekly right now? What's the CE of this weekly wick? I do wonder, because this is an inversion. We're coming back into that. But this inversion, do I care that much about it? Not really. I cared more about if this inverted, because this isn't really taking out the high. This high was this. This isn't before a high is taken out. I guess it is actually this one. Yeah, it is. Never mind. Let me actually draw this out to the right and see maybe does that line with the CE of that wick at all or something. Or the high of the wick, it looks like it could align to. Not yet. Not really. So this is me kind of just marking out different levels to see if there are any confluences. Yeah, but okay, so in terms of, what do you guys think today's candle is going to close like? A large move to the upside or a smaller body? I don't know. I don't think you have to be that creative to make money. But sometimes I do visualize. So, I mean, I don't know. The only thing I can see for shorts is probably if we close below this, you can just go for this small sell side here. I wouldn't really hold for more than that unless we have like some clean, and for that, it's kind of like the leg I would want to look at isn't really this one if I'm looking for a market maker. sell model, right? Probably count it from here. And for me to actually think that we're going to go lower than that, right? Which is to the hourly fair value gap, actually. I would want a very, like a close on the below 50% of this on the 5 minute. Even better if it closed below this. Swing low here. So maybe I will like mark that out in case it does happen. But like I said, I'm pretty much still bullish for the rest of the week. You know, I'm just saying what would invalidate that, and that would be a large move back down to the downside. And we've had things like that. I can't remember what day of the week. It actually was a Thursday, but I'm trying to remember what day that happened now. Let's see. It's like when I tore my ACL and I was going for a checkup, my surgeon, and it happened around like in the afternoon session. I can't remember what day it was. Like sometimes I can come up with the day of the exact day, like I said, February 14th earlier. You know. I could probably find it, but I need to think. I kind of do want to find it. Like, why not? I got nothing else to do. We could definitely just do more exercises like that. It's good for your brain. Let's see. I'm gonna literally look into an old Discord where I say like, I gotta go to my appointment now or something. Surgeon. Okay. I remember because I had a surgeon appointment. I literally found that. Okay. In March 2023. But what day? Interesting. Okay. Oh, actually here. It's 4. Ooh. Ooh, let's check this out. April 27, 2023. Why am I like looking on the 5 minute? Okay, this. So this is the 26th. Okay, well, that's wrong. There's no 27th. Wait. Oh, this is 2024. Okay, 2023, April 27. This is August. This is May. That run-up I did make, that was really good. This run-up, I was trading ICT on, like, options and did very well in my swing account. It helped me kind of... Then afterwards, I put all that money aside in, like, savings because I knew I didn't want to give it back and I wanted to use it for further development. Anyway, so... April 27. Why is it so hard to find this? Huh? Okay, well, let's see this. Is it maybe the upside? Data point unavailable. Oh, you know what you have to do? Lots of people ask about this. You have to go and put in the specific contract then in the typing screen. So which one would be April? April is ending in June. So it'd be like NQ. Is it M? 2024. I mean 2023. Is that June? Let me see. Let me just put an NQ. Right, April would be ending in June. Yeah, I was right. Okay. So now you can go back to this, and then you'll probably have the 5 minute available. Okay. Okay, this is the, let's go up. Oh my gosh, what I do here. Oh, so annoying. So annoying. April, look at these like old freaking markups. And look, we never closed below this. I said look for shorts, and that was that's funny as heck. Okay, April 27, 2023. Okay, I think this is good. Maybe this is the upside type of thing. Oh, it's just a day we never came back, actually. This could potentially happen. This is one of those harder days, actually, where, no manipulation at the open, really. And especially, you can see here, chop in the beginning, and then it does surge. Not what I was thinking about. Maybe March. Maybe this day. Let's see here. Select bar. Oh, I wish I had better memory. Oh, yeah. This is a good one. Right here. Let's go to the actual one. So it's no longer in June. You have to go to ending in March. So just figure out which one that is. NQ March is H. Yeah. Okay. Here we are. So, here you had a day where it did reach, but it didn't. This is the thing about that day. I think it reached into higher time frames where it's like volume imbalance. Yeah, volume imbalance and things like that. But this is a good case study in just marking this out. Yeah, you want that second leg to really break 50%. Ideally, yeah. And then, when it does that, actually, this is probably where you could do well. It shouldn't come back and close back above this. So you could definitely change your stop loss accordingly then, based on balanced price ranges. But that's your hack for backtesting old data. Okay, you can go down to the 1 minute. Even here, yeah, you can just wait until after 1:30 and then find another. You can literally wait until after 1:30. A lot of times, a lot of people do that, right? It's actually probably better. Trades after 1:30. Here, right, close below. And here you have the confidence it's gonna go for this low because of that huge drop there, and now more closes below here. You just, enter and I would just target this. I don't know where it went. So let me just think about that for a moment. In terms of RR and things, you have a breaker here also. So whatever you want to do, probably just like take a midpoint of this fair value gap or something. Put the stop at probably this, or even this. Let's be real, like a lot of times I just enter here. This is only a 17-point stop. Oh my gosh, back in the day when we had clean stops, even this would work out quite well here. It's like a 1.7R just with this, but also some people literally just go, okay, breaker block here, right? This is a low before this high that took this liquidity, equal highs, into an imbalance. And we close below, we shouldn't really come back at all to this high. So some people like to put the stop here. It's whatever is up to you, what kind of trader you want to be. But if you're more advanced, you take into account all these balanced price ranges. I would probably put it at most here. I wouldn't put it there. Some people would even, put it just here according to this breaker, and there's a fair value gap here. Sure. And there's an order block here. There's so many PD arrays that if we do kind of reach all the way back up here, you're invalidated. And, probably this is not this leg down. That's where 50% is. Let's mark that. Yeah, so, you could literally do that. That's actually a pretty good trade. But let's be real, in practice, I'm not very precise. So even this is a 2R. Let's see here. Yeah, I think that's a good example. So literally, unless something like this happens today, I'm not looking to short. Okay, let's go back to where we are at today. NQU 2024, and let's exit replay mode, actually. I don't think much has happened. I think whatever I did was probably more important. Okay, so yeah, we have not even inversed this. It's so strong. That's what that means, okay? Like I said, I wouldn't really even look for much there. It's just looking really, really strong. Probably more upside, I think we are going probably for here. The question is of, where are we going to go today? We're going to continue. That could very much happen. Like I've seen this afternoon continue straight up. But let me look at the daily average true range. It's just thinking probabilities. How likely do you think that's going to happen? This is also for people that, are holding runners and such. What kind of trader are you? Are you, intraday trader then? Or are you a swing trader? Or are you going to hold for 4 hours? For me, I'm not going to hold for that long if I'm buying in a relative premium in the regard of where I don't think there's much juice left in this candle anymore, where I think it could definitely just retrace and probably stop me out in my runners, etc. So, if I were looking for more price action to get into today, probably just mark out this. Let's see if, again, this range from this low. I'm going to do the 930 low here. From this low to this high. Interesting. Maybe that's not the right range anymore. I need to think for a moment. Even from here to here, I think I was measuring for this one, definitely from here to here. And I just use a Gann box for this. If you want quick 0 to 1, but it won't give you the price. I've actually asked them, do you guys want anything from TradingView? They message me and say like, hey, are there any features, any feedback? They're in my Twitter DM, so let me know if you want something. It can't be anything relating to brokers like Trade-Ovate though, because they're not in control of that. Okay, so this is the first leg, right? And if you're thinking it's just going to continue up, the next range is essentially, we're done with that one. We're done with this leg. So likely the next range is from here. Yeah, from here to here, essentially. Yeah, we can just continue up all day, honestly. So there's not really a reason to come retrace here anymore. Yeah, this could definitely stay intact. Let me look at the hourly. Yeah, we have 20 minutes left and it's like near the highs. Likely gonna have a nice green close there. So in terms of finding like another trade, I don't know, I'd probably just have to wait until after 1:30. I don't know if oh yeah, we're gonna have the premiere. That's the rise in files, guys, I guess. I'm not gonna trade. We're gonna be watching the premiere. So anyway, we had a great stream today, I think, in terms of analysis, right? And, calling out to winners, calling out and reading price action, reading the tape. And also, doing some back testing was really good, really productive. So I'll see you guys. Actually, I'll see you guys later in the premiere of, if you guys want to show up in Words of Wisdom. I'll put it in the comments section too. So anyway, have a good day, you guys. Don't be a degenerate, and I'll see you back here. I'll see you at the premiere for the people that are there on Words of Wisdom's channel later today at 1 p.m. And then I'll see you back here at 9:15 a.m. tomorrow. Have a good day. Ciao.